It seems there's an endless array of scams, phishing schemes, and whatnot. People that want to trick me out of my information. So what are some of what are your three biggest consumer phishing scams?
The IRS scam. That's where someone contacts you.
The IRS is now a scam?
Oh, yeah. Well, the IRS scam, this is where someone contacts you. They are masquerading as if they are a representative of the Internal Revenue Service. They could tell you that you have a lot of money that you owe that you haven't paid, and you have to pay them right now on your credit card, or they threaten you with jail.
And are they contacting me on the phone or an email?
They can contact you by mail. There's also one where they contact you by email as well. You have to remember, the IRS will never call you. They'll never initiate contact by way of phone, and they will never send you an email. It's all snail mail with the Internal Revenue Service. So if someone calls you claiming they're from the IRS, hang up. If you get an email from someone or something representing themselves to be part of the IRS, delete it. The same with banks. People will get communications from banks and they will think that it's the real deal and it's asking them for information, and they click on a link. They end up at a website that looks incredibly authentic, but they don't realize that in fact it's a scam and they should not be entering information.
And they could even do it in the mail. There was a big scam recently where people were selling subscriptions, and it was snail mail actually.
Hackers, scammers, phishers, identity, these are all incredibly sophisticated, creative, and persistent people, and they will do whatever they have to do, however many times they have to do it, in order to get people to buy into it. Now, just to put this in context, when you talk about phishing, there are four kinds of phishing. I call it the pantheon of phishings. There is phishing, which is dear cardholder, dear member, dear account holder. There is spear phishing, dear Bob. There is vishing. That's where you get a phone call. You think it's from your bank. They give you information that makes it sound like they have your credit card information. Then they ask you to flip your card over and read them the security code on the back, which people do because they think that they're authenticating themselves, and they end up giving away their credit card information. Sometimes they will ask you for your Social Security information because you are a victim of identity theft and they want to help you. And the last is smishing, SMS text-based phishing. And that's where you get a text that says your account has been frozen. Oftentimes, it may not even tell you which account, but you're in such a panic, you click on the link because it says that click on the link and provide us authentication information, and then we can then thaw your account. And then people give information, they give it to the wrong website, or what they've done is they've allowed malware to get on their computer or their device, which turns it into a transmitter so that every time they log into anything, that information is being forwarded to the hacker or the scammer.
So don't click on any links that anyone that you don't know is sending.
The truth is, you shouldn't even click on links that people you think you know are sending. If someone sends you a link and asks you to click on it, contact them first and say, did you just send me a link? Because you'd be surprised at how many people got tricked that way as well.
Wow. So what else? So IRS scam.
So you have the IRS scam.
Right.
You have catfishing scams. Certainly during the holidays, people get lonely. They go online. They are introduced to people by one way or another through a lot of these apps and social networking sites, and they believe that these are people who care about them. And what they don't understand is if someone communicates with you briefly and suddenly says, I want to marry you, I want you to have my child, I want to have your child, run. If it sounds like it's a B movie where it's dramatic and there's crises, whatever, run. If someone ever asks you to give them money or asks for information about you, or let's say inappropriate pictures or videos about you, run. And never give them any personal identifying information whatsoever about you, because you could then put yourself in line to be scammed or phished or have your identity stolen.
So speaking of that, so obviously dating sites are a big deal.
Yes.
How common is it for a fraudster to be on there?
Very common. Very common. I mean, this is, for them, this is like the ultimate smorgasbord.
So are there any key questions that you can ask when you meet somebody on the site to try and smoke out that they're a fraudster?
Well, the real questions are, as you begin to know somebody, if they are only texting you or only emailing you, but never Skype you, never call you, are never in a position to visit you. If they ever make you believe that they have a financial crisis and they really need your help, and because you really care about them now, you should do it, be very worried. There was a mother and daughter team operating out of Colorado that built people out of millions of dollars, posing as lonely soldiers, asking for people to send pictures, to send money, to send tickets that they could come visit. We had scams where women who were nurses in their 50s were scammed out of $60,000 each by people representing themselves to be oil company executives with real profiles. It's just they had stolen these profiles. So when it comes to online dating or any online relationships, never trust, always verify, and always keep your guard up.
Oh, okay. IRS scam, social media scams, and keep your guard up.
Right.
Thanks, Sam. You can get Adam's book swiped at bottomlinestore.com. And do that social thing, because this information is so important. And as Adam said, we're all in this together. So share this video, let your friends know about Adam's good work, and again, come to our site.